Interesting. Lorenzo wasn't at the riders' meeting last night. I didn't see him on the beach setting up. You know, normally he's super prepared. I mean, for sure he's here, but interesting that he's come out so late. You know, I don't know whether they had travel issues, but normally Lorenzo is, you know, always there. So
I wouldn't worry, he's on the screen right now.
No, he's on the water.
Okay.
Well, I hope he is.
There he is.
It's just someone on a Harlem.
Helmet. It's just someone on a downwinder. Just cruising through the competition box. All right. So Lorenzo Casati, as we just mentioned, against Cohan Van Dijk and Parker Sage. This is Parker Sage's big debut. First time you've ever seen Parker Sage on a big stage, a big live stream. He'll be on his reading kite. There he is on the left.
Interesting to hear him talking about how difficult it was, and I guess that sort of makes sense with how tricky it was to oh, that's a big one.
Boring, Adrian. We're into this heat. Come on, mate. There we go.
Van Dijk going big for on the off.
Lovely little board off with a back roll there. Downwind. Has he done that to do it in front of everyone on purpose? Did he calculated assassin like that?
It's pretty well timed.
It was lovely.
Here's the man. Look, it's going to be super interesting to see if Lorenzo, he's the form rider at the moment, right? See if he can continue this form. I want to see what kite he's on. You know, he loves that 6 for sure. He's not on that 6 today, but we haven't seen Lorenzo do singles in a competition for a long time.
Oh, damn. That was good kite angle. Look how far back it goes in the window. That's what I was talking about. Boom. Just holding the grab there. Tasty. In blue. And now it's over to Parker Sage. Don't think we've seen a number from him yet. Yeah. And that is a 9, I reckon. Yeah. Surely. Spoke to Parker last night. Super nervous. Obviously a very different feel than the you know, he rode in Tarifa Pro B. He competed at the last event. But this is a big step up. And he really, really felt that. So it's going to be super interesting to see how he can ride. Oh, we can't. Boogie board off. Oh. A little bit of run there. Board spin. Oh, doesn't quite get there. I reckon it does look real patchy, and he's just lacking that little bit of line tension at the end there to properly slow him down. But that's something that someone like Lorenzo and Jeremy can just seem to find pretty much every time, eh? You just saw Cohan float through the zone that you could see Lorenzo looking at it. Damn it, that looked good. But Lorenzo's pretty chilled, eh? He hasn't gone for... Usually he's like a madman at the start of the heat, and he just goes and goes. He's like a rattle gun. He's taking his time here. This is another second, third gear type of opportunity. Look, I don't think he's disrespecting Cohan by doing this, but I think, you know, in the form he's in, he can afford to just get tricks on the board. You know, he wants to win this, but if he doesn't, there's no problems for him either, you know. I think if he doesn't, he will be quite gutted. Honestly, I think Lorenzo just wants to dominate everything. Man, was that a crash? Yeah. Lorenzo's very good at sticking those dodgy landings, right? We saw that at King of the Air last year as well. So I didn't quite see that. It was right behind the wave for us. I can hear Lewis on the beach saying, was that a crash? Look at that. This is such a good quality live stream. Not just because we're commentating, guys. Okay, I'm not tooting my own horn yet. Quality of the shots is fantastic, isn't it? We'll do that. The quality of the commentating has been really great. Just brilliant insight. Hey, Parker's got a new wetsuit. Has he? Yeah. Nice thick one. Got a nice O'Neill one. In the black bib. He's looking to put a score on the board. Come on, Parker, from the USA. The only American in the fleet. I mean, this is the type of riding that... Okay, now he's picking up speed. Now he can see something. Interestingly, didn't really get what he was looking for. If he sticks that, that's bonus points for me. No. Okay. He didn't. He almost took off the flat there. A little bump on the inside. Didn't go for the kicker. Interesting to see how... I mean, this is... These type of events where you got locals and stuff do well. It's going to be interesting to see how Lucas Grumstruck rides here. Obviously been riding here a lot. Here comes Lorenzo again. Again, off the little bumps on the inside. Yeah, off almost nothing, eh? Nice tornado. That's big. That's going to be the biggest score of today so far, I would say. Yeah, let's see how that comes through on the surfer. Yeah, did you see him check his watch there? As he was looking for it as well. He knows it. I don't know. Is he shaking is he shaking his hand through his happy, or is he... Cold hands, maybe. Yep. No gloves. Parker Sage is looking nervous to me, but I think, I mean, he's got time to get some rust off, right? Yep. Get some rhythm in these conditions, calm himself down and get some decent scores on the board, which he can do. He's a top rider. He's super, super good, Parker Sage. Maybe Lorenzo is shaking. Lovely. That's a nice little start. Oh, again, just hitting the back of that wave. I noticed here Lorenzo's surface scores are not coming through. We can only see Cohan and Page. So maybe he's shaking his... maybe he's trying to wake up the watch there. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully we can get some information on that, because that last one he did look huge. I reckon that was around 15 meters, which should match Jeremy from the heat before. Parker Sage was a really popular fantasy pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we've got some fantasy stats we can look at, right? Should we dig them out? So Parker Sage was in Tier C because it's his debut. Lorenzo was the top pick actually in Tier A, which is interesting. I think there's maybe a little bit of recency bias there. Lorenzo was the winner of the first qualifier event just a few weeks ago in Tarifa. Here he is on our screen. Green helmet. He's always been green. Usually it's a spray painted helmet.
Yeah. Fluoro green.
But he's gone more of a sage.
I think he's bought a new helmet.
He's treated himself. He's earned it. That's not one of his bigger jumps, you'd have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gone right foot forwards. What? Do you see that correction there? The panic sheet out just to get that. Oh wow, there's a big wave crashing underneath me, and then he just readjusted the kite and just about cleared it.
Cohan leading this one at the moment.
Parker Sage has had a quiet heat so far.
You know what, this is kind of what you expect from young riders, right? Get one good heat in, and then I always say, you know, it's not about doing it once, it's about doing consistently. We can sort of see that with Parker here. He's under a little bit of pressure, he's starting to get frustrated with himself a little bit. He's just got to go back to basics, just got to get a couple tricks on the board, you know, just hit a couple of families and then just take it from there. Obviously, round 2, he's got another whole chance, so he's just got, I mean, at the moment it looks like he's going to get flagged out. Here goes Cohan again. Here comes the kicker in front of him.
No, it's going to close out. No, it isn't. He loves it. And he is not sticking that. Went for a bit of a barefoot ski sesh at the end there. Here's Lorenzo coming up right behind as we come to the latter stage of this heat.
Cohan's kite in the water there as well.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, this is round 1, the 3rd heat, and it's Parker Sage's debut in a major competition.
Oh, come
Lorenzo's...
on.
Oh no, that's Cohan.
Cohan's stuck in the
his
water.
kite. I wonder what happened there then. He must have just flown underneath it and then it luffed out behind him. That is not ideal, but he's got enough of it, you know.
Yeah, he's up and riding.
I think he's all right.
Try and dry that kite out nice and fast.
He'll be all right. How much performance do you reckon's last on a wet kite?
Oh, it's a good question. It'd be a good question to ask Aaron, actually. He's probably done the time on that. Here goes Parker. Come on, Parker, let's stick this.
That was lovely. And that's the first drone banger of the day as well. Did you see how far in front of him the kite was on takeoff? I don't think that ever got to 12 o'clock.
When he pulled it?
Yeah. Which is, of course, the Cohan special method from the DTP series.
Maybe watched it.
Yeah, well, maybe. I think...
Well, there goes Parker again, flying through. Wow, 5.63 from Parker. That's a good score. Just come on, Parker. Get another one on the board.
Do you reckon Kevin Langer is watching?
Absolutely.
So, Parker on the reading kite. I think the hypermodel, which is obviously Kevin's brand. We would imagine he's on a 9. I think all these bros are on 9s, actually.
Here's another kick. Let's see if Cohan takes this one. Right on the buzzer.
This is right on the buzzer.
Same move again. Which is the board off kite loop with a, what do we call that? The running man? The walking man?
Unless Parker got something that we didn't catch, I think he's flagged out here.
Unless Parker got a 12, he's out.
But saying that, he's got round 2. Yep. I think he can take some confidence from how he went there.
So Lorenzo does not have any results coming on Surfer at the moment. Cohan with the highest jump there is 16 metres, travelling 41. Interesting though, in that last competition, what's name was jumping 120 metres.
So Cohan's
gone into change a kite.
I don't think so. He's running his lines. I reckon he's got an inversion.
Ah, yeah, good idea. Yeah.
So hang on, was he just doing kite loop board offs?
With an inverted, with the twisted front lines.
So we're in the 1 minute intermission here. And does Cohan not know the bar magic, the juggle? He must do.
I think it's difficult in a competition like this. I think it's better just to go put the kite down, quickly run those lines and get it up again.
I mean that's what I'd be doing, 100%. Yeah. What would you do?
Actually, you can see how close the shore is in the shot because we're actually seeing what you're seeing. So those guys were landing that fur. Here comes Cohan getting his kite back up again.
he will be wanting to take this heat. Not having to ride round 2, I think, is a big advantage, energy-wise, but also just confidence as well. Sure. It's going to be a tall order, though, to take it from Lorenzo, who is way ahead here. He's got a clearing of 3.75.
The other thing as well is that maybe these guys are going to like to ride a little bit more, you know, just get a little bit more experience out there. Like Jeremy was saying in that interview, very, very difficult to pick it. You know, the wind's here, the wind's there. So maybe a little bit more experience in the spot might be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you've got to take the positive of every situation. Look, it's easy to go round 3. Here comes Lorenzo right foot forward. Is he going to jump on the inside? Doesn't look like it.
He's too close to the pier there.
Mate, he's right by us. Not that we can see him.
Not that we can see him. We're in a little container that if a 50 knot gust does come, I'm slightly worried it might roll into the sea. At which point we will continue to commentate.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. That is a biggie. That is a biggie. So he starts the board off by the fin, then grabs the handle to get it back on. That was unbelievably composed.
Yeah. I've to eat my words about him riding singles.
I mean, of course he can ride good singles.
Of course he can.
It was never a question of that. But that's the big debate in the judging at the moment, whether doubles should just trump singles completely. Because someone like Lorenzo makes it really tricky for the judges, because of course Lorenzo can do everything anyone can do in single loops, but Lorenzo does it with doubles.
And you know what? Going back to that Gran Canaria, doing a big single, 20, 25 meters, which we saw, you know, Cohan and those guys, then we saw Jeremy doing at that final. It's impressive. I see it. I get why the judges are rewarding him, because it does look so impressive at that height. That's going to be an ongoing debate. And here goes him right foot forward. Oh, not really what he wanted. But, you know, that is a big debate within the fleet, right, where the singles, which have been, you know, single kite loops have been done for many years. Doubles are a new thing. Should that innovation be being rewarded? But I still say it always comes down to height with Red Bull. Height is king. And this is the king of the air qualifier.
Indeed. So really it's who rides to the judging criteria the closest to, which Lorenzo is really good at. He can adapt. He's got multiple styles, as we're seeing already in this heat, him nailing all the singles. Alright, so last minute now. Cohan's going to need some serious scores right now if he's going to change this result. I think Cohan will be quite pleased with how this has gone though.
Yeah, considering that, you know, he had something wrong with his kite, put his kite in the water. You know, Parker is not an easy person, and he would have looked at this. This is probably the hardest heat of the whole round, first round. So, oh, here you go, big tornado. I mean, just
how easy.
He just looks so good right at the moment, so in form.
Is Lorenzo going to win this event, Adrian?
It's too early to say. Oh, we haven't seen Andrea yet. I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing to see how Andrea rides. He hasn't been riding a competition since France, same as Mark. You know, we can address that later, but I don't want to say he's going to win early on. But, man, he's looking good.
So Andrea Principi, seeded first. He's in the last heat of round 1, heat 6. So after this heat, we're halfway through the heats of round 1. And there we go, end of this heat. I imagine we're going to have an interview from the beach. Some highlights first.
So heat number 4 will be Lucas Groundstruck. Am I saying that correctly? As a Danish person, how do I say Lucas Groundstruck? Okay, I'm learning. It's my first day here in Denmark. So, those of you from Denmark looking to support your national rider, he will be riding in this heat. Lucas Groundstruck will be on the water. He's got a tough heat here. He's going to be riding in heat number 4.
Alright, so Lorenzo Casati takes that by a massive, massive margin. Super dominant from the first trick. This entire highlight reel has all been Lorenzo Casati. That was the trick that really amazed me. How he just missed that wave. Yeah. He had no, he should have gone straight into it.
Not as high as not as high as Variety's score as Jeremy, But yeah, these two guys are setting the tone, and we talked about setting the tone in round one. I mean, how you want to compete. So that's a big win, by the way. That's a big win.
Where was the unhooked stuff from Cohan?
Maybe he's thinking about his knee still. You know, maybe he's not considering that because of the knee injury. I mean, he, you know, going into King of the Air, he had that sort of unhooked flat three, if you want to call it that. You know, it's not really. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Let's go to the beach and see Nick.